This is the Gothic Study. It was from here that William Randolph Hearst, they called him the Chief, ran his media empire. Its ceiling mimics a Spanish Gothic residence. Windows provide lightness, bookcases, a sense of enclosure, open and closed.
Enclosure is what Hearst and every other fashionable man has always valued in a dress shirt, from the collar right down to the sleeves. Rita Braver shows you what we mean.
There is something so elegant about a man in cufflinks. Over the years, they've been worn by movie stars, presidents, princes, prime ministers, and a certain Washington lawyer.
Robert Barnett, also known as Mr. Rita Braver.
That's right. All these belong to my husband.
And have you ever figured out how many pairs you have?
If I knew, I wouldn't tell you because I wouldn't want my wife to know.
Well, guess what? There are hundreds, and I started the whole thing.
In Christmas 1967, and I said, well, I've got some of my dad's and I've got these, so I'll start collecting.
Bob's favorites are two-sided Art Deco from the 1920s and 30s, especially the enamel ones.
Every one of them has a little story. These are a pair that now Secretary of State, then First Lady Hillary Clinton got me when she was in China. A client once had a big problem and I was able to solve it, so he gave me a pair of fire extinguishers for putting out the fire.
Some were even gifts from presidents, both Clinton and George W. Bush. But Bob's prize pair came from our daughter.
When she was about, 7 or 8, made me a pair.
But some people prefer luxury links. These, designed by Alexander Calder, were auctioned for $33,000 at Sotheby's. These, once owned by Casey Stengel, fetched $72,000. And these Fabergé cufflinks went for a record $200,000.
Do you prefer a round or?
But never fear, there's something for everyone at the Missing Link in Manhattan. Owner Michael Rodriguez says cufflinks were around in Europe and England in the 1700s.
But I think cufflinks as a ornamental object really didn't become popular till the 1850s.
And so the cufflink craze began, even coming to America, where manufacturers offered a snap-on style.
A lot easier than the chain link.
By World War II, novelty links were in vogue.
People just needed to lift their spirits and have fun with dress.
And it wasn't just men.
These were women's cufflinks in the 50s. I guess it was a cheaper way of
having
giving.
A link.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, the market for the best vintage links is booming.
Certain designs you just don't find anymore. I wind up going through my own collection to feed the store.
I think I may know what's driving the shortage.
I would say that anybody who had this many cufflinks could stop collecting.
And I would say that anyone who would say that to me would be a mean and shrewish person, and I wouldn't imagine I'd ever hear that.